Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and today we're going to talk about Anna Maria. So here's a character that we've been having around in the world of Spider-Man for some time now, since the days of Superior Spider-Man. Anna Maria is a fundamentally unique Spider-Man character. She came about at a time when, of course, Spider-Man wasn't Spider-Man. His body was forcibly inhabited by Dr. Octavius, and this lasted for a long time if you weren't paying attention to the world of comics during that particular time period. For a full year and a half, Otto became Spider-Man, and influenced by Peter's own consciousness and memories, decided to live out his life as Spider-Man. Otto, in the body of Peter, met Anna Maria, and the two fell in love as they worked together to develop these interesting medical procedures and other sciences. When Peter inevitably got his body back, he wasn't comfortable continuing Otto's research, mostly because he didn't know anything about it. And eventually he led into a frustrated Anna who was basically looking at this medical research being abandoned in favor of developing prisons, and explained to her what happened. And she understood it and ultimately was able to, I think, continue the research without Peter, because Peter wouldn't be much help anyways, and she convinced him to do both, or something along those lines. It's a sign of a clever character, and one whose emotional arc was finally kind of realized during Clone Conspiracy, and she got to confront Otto over all of his lies on her behalf. He did deceive her and hide who he really was, and took someone else's body, and very much was a dangerous villain for a long time. So it's understandable that she was upset. Nevertheless, it's an interesting character to have in the world of Spider-Man, and I like that now she and Peter are friends. Given what happened, it would have been really weird for them to develop a relationship going forward. She fell in love with that body, but a very different mind, while he didn't have any history with her whatsoever, so for them to have continued on wouldn't have felt right. Instead, they're colleagues that trust each other and have developed a strong repertoire because she knows about Peter and what his life is really like. She's one of the few people who's been let in that regard. Yet, for reasons of their history, they're not an obvious candidate for romance. What happens to her character now is anyone's guess. Otto still has a lot of feelings for her, so we'll see how that goes, because I don't think she reciprocates them now. I think she feels very betrayed and isn't interested in him. Yet Otto isn't the kind of person who's going to just take that lying down. In spite of all the progress he made as Spider-Man, I get him backsliding very quickly as he's cloned into a new body and never really quite let go of any of this stuff. He was able to admit that Peter is the better Spider-Man, but I think he still feels entitled to having his own life and his own brain, and Anna Maria. So I wonder if Nick Spencer's going to deal with that, or if Anna Maria is going to feature any stories with Peter at all going forward. It seems like they're going to a more traditional route with Spider-Man, yet I hope this character sticks around, because she's interesting and different from the usual roster of Peter's allies. And the other thing I really like about her is it's nice for Peter to have a friend. That sounds kind of dorky, but it reminds me of Spider-Man Homecoming with Ned. Having someone for Peter to talk to and be fully on his side in terms of his history, and knowing that he's Spider-Man, and him being able to talk about his issues as a superhero outside of a romantic relationship is very nice. It's good to have a romantic relationship too, but there's all sorts of reasons why Peter might not be fully willing to reveal everything about it to that romance partner. A friend is good for that. A friend you can be more honest with in terms of what you're willing to do to risk your own safety to be a superhero, and what you're willing to be as a hero on the whole. So let me know what you guys think of Anna Maria in the comments section below. Do you like this character? I personally do. I think in spite of the criticisms I've leveled at Dan Slott's Spider-Man over the last few years, this is a good character and a good example of stuff he did right, introducing new characters that actually added something to the dynamics within Spider-Man's life. Finally, if you like this video, be sure to check out our Patreon page in the video description below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.